and do everything to work on top, and then we're resentful and angry, and all the things. And then we're also like a lot of at least in Western countries, has been this saying that because we're equal, we're the same, and therefore men are misbehaving. And so we always like interpret everything through the lens of the feminine.
Let's see. All right. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh my gosh. There, I love that. Thank you. Very true. I agree. Is she waiting to be admitted? What's happening? Okay. Okay. I say this all the time, right? Men are for like lifting heavy things and getting things off high shelves. We mow the lawn. We do, we're useful. Okay.
You are useful in many ways.
Maybe lights. Should we turn on some lights here? Do we have the lights? These ones. Just so we have a little bit of light. So how y'all doing? Okay, I guess we're waiting for Hayden and Priscilla. I don't know where they are. This is okay. This is not the week of all the weeks to miss. This is not the one. Can you message Irene also, please, Natasha? Put this over here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh my God. Okay. I thought I just ordered poached eggs. I didn't realize it came with all this. Okay. And could you just make sure that Irene got the thing, because she's not on here?
Which is the link?
I sent her the link directly, but she's not on Google Meet, so can you just find out? So this is one of my favorite weeks of the class, because we're going to talk about delivery, which is exciting. But I want to pre-frame this by saying, I know a lot of you are like, dude, you're going to give me all this stuff about like how to get up on stage and like talk this way and talk this way, and I just need to memorize my thing and not trip over my feet, right? True. I want to give you these so they're in your mind, and so that you see how presenters think and how you can use your body, you can use tonality, you can use sitting position, you can use all these tools to emphasize what you're saying. But I also don't want you to get caught up in this and think you have to be this great orator when you deliver. I just want you to know this stuff. You'll have it on recording. You can adapt it to yourself, and you'll get better and better and better at it over time. But it's good to have in your mind, right? When it comes to next week and the week after, when you're presenting, integrate what feels right to you, right? Listen, you're about to see, little distinctions that come after thousands of seminars, thousands of talks that I've given, right? For you, just pick what seems to work. But I also want to show you that presenting is not just one way. It's not just getting up and having tons of energy or all kinds of things. There's many ways to do it. So that's what, yes. I was so worried you're going to miss it. How much are you finding him? How much are you finding him?
55.
What's happening?
She's not coming.
What?
She's not coming.
Why?
She has obviously very good reason. She apologizes.
Tell her she better be there tomorrow then. I expect to see her in Chengdu. What?
But I did ask her whether she would be able to join online, and if she says yes, I will send her a link.
Okay. People are waiting to join the call.
Oh, it's probably around.
But how do I let them in? All right. There we go. Okay. So let's start off with our favorite exercise. We're going to practice 1 minute of dumping all our insecurity, shouting it out into the air, and then 2 minutes of promoting ourselves. Do we all remember this muscle? We want to start building this. So I'm going to put on a timer. I'm going to give everybody 1 minute all the things that are bothering you today, that you're feeling insecure about, annoyed about, anything that's in your head. What was that smile? She's like, 1 minute's not enough. What's been happening? Anything in your head, put it down, and then we're going to shout it out. Ready? 1 minute, go. There you go. So you two, are you not going to do it?
Oh, she's writing down.
Yeah, all the things that have been bothering you, upsetting you, pissing you off, that you're annoyed about, worried about, write them down, get them out of your head. Get them on paper. Anything that's coming to mind. Okay. Mm. 15 seconds left. Okay, ready? And pencils down. Boom, it's out. Now, I'll give you 1 minute. Just into the air. Trust me, no one's listening to you. Everything that's bothering you out of your system and in the air. Ready, go. Oh, with feeling, come on. This must be bothering you more than that. Ready, stop. Okay. First off, just out of interest, who feels like a small shift when they do this? Is this working? Yeah, it is, right? You just got to name it and get rid of it. And by the way, when you build this muscle, it really, this was just an interesting byproduct, but I do this, myself. Obviously, this is part of my prep for getting on stage. And so I don't know at this point, like how many thousands literally of times I did it. I've done this. And then it becomes a muscle such that, like, I think the people, when I got in this bike accident, I think people thought I was insane because I got up, I'm bleeding, all these things are happening, and this crowd had rushed out right to see me. And then I'm just like assessing, okay, wait, nothing's broken. That hurts. How bad am I bleeding? And they're like, do you need help? And I'm like, no, the clinic's right over there. Because what happens, I'm not saying this is like, oh, how great Mike is, but like you get rid of story, right? I could have sat there and been like, who the fuck didn't put a sign in front of these rocks? Like, what kind of, idiot construction people doesn't have this common sense? Why has this happened to me? All this. But what it does is it actually develops a part of your mind that goes, well, that happened, right? Because like I could have done all that. And after I got done bitching and moaning and being upset and being pissed off at whoever didn't put up a sign and all these things, I still would have had the accident. I would still be bleeding and I would still need to go to the ER, right? So why not just skip that part? But I didn't used to be that way. But this exercise, doing it over and over and over and over again, really develops that part of your mind that makes it easy to let go. So it actually has a benefit in life too, I would say. By the way, after the ER, I went back and put up a sign. So the rocks are fine now.
Rocks are fine.
Yeah, well, the rocks are fine, but like no one, because after I got to the clinic, 2 more people came in. Yeah, so I was like, okay, yeah, no, same thing. Right after me. The clinic. It's a moneymaker. It's a moneymaker. All right. So now, let's get to the next part of the exercise, which I'm going to give you 2 minutes. And this one we're going to do standing. And it's this thing of like, okay, you aren't you. You're a person who is in your audience, and that person saw you speak and is at lunch with their friend and is like, this is why you have to go see Amanda. This is why she's so great. This is why you must see Hayden. This is why he's so great. And you're selling yourself to yourself. Ready? So everybody stand up. And I'll give you 2 minutes. Go. Tell this other person why you're so great. Have we forgotten? If it makes you comfortable, go spread out. If it makes it easier for you. Ready? Talk to you. Ready? Go. Go. With feeling. Come on. You just saw the best thing and you don't want this person to skip it. Come on now. Like if they miss it, they're going to miss out so bad. Convince them. Why are you so great? Why do they need to see you? Put your body into it. Don't be shy. How would you talk to a friend? Would you be using your hands? Would you be using your voice? Say this with feeling. What are you doing? Go do the exercise. Come on, girl. You definitely need to be punished. Do the exercise now. Go. Forget this. Go. Come on with feeling. All right, wait. This is not working. Everybody get over here. Come back. Now, we're going to do this differently. Gang, this is so huge, right? This is not just for business and life. Did you notice, by the way, when I said bitch about it, everyone's like, great, go for a minute. And then when I said sell yourself to yourself, everyone's like, really? And then I'm watching you do it. And this is how some of you are walking. Really? When you go see like the best fucking movie and you're like, it was so well acted. It was so well directed. It was like some of the best 2.5 hours of my life. It's amazing. Is that how you tell your friend to go see a movie? Oh my God, this thing was amazing. Margot Robbie, I've never seen her act like this. And the actor she had with him, that guy's going to be a star. Oh, I cried halfway through. Like this happened. That's what you do, right? So interestingly, why does everybody freeze when they have to do it for themselves? I'm interested. Is it you don't believe in yourself? Is it you've been trained not to be arrogant? Share with me a little bit. What's going on? Yeah.
For me, I noticed when it became like a collective freeze,
Yeah.
it felt odd for me to stop to speak out loud.
Why? Leaders lead.
Yeah.
If it's a collective freeze, be the one to break it.
Yeah, so I think my pattern is that, outside
Yeah.
others are taking space. Yeah.
Bullshit. If it's a collective freeze and you're a leader, break it for everybody else. Be in service. Be in service. Do them a favor, right? What else? What's the other thing holding people back? You don't want to be arrogant. What is it, Amanda?
I just immediately think of what to say.
You don't know why you're great?
Well, yeah, I don't really sit around ruminating about how special I am.
Why not?
I don't have
Why don't
to,
you? No, why don't you? Why don't you? Why not? Do you think about things in your life that piss you off?
I think about things that I'm worried about more than
Do you think about things you're insecure about?
sometimes.
So why does your brain do that, but it doesn't sit around thinking about what's great about you? I mean, aren't those all equal?
I think I feel a greater sense of safety if I'm able to correct certain aspects of myself.
Yeah.
There's an element of social safety that that's tied to the internalized value of thinking about the corrections on self.
Well, what it is right, it's safe to correct yourself because you can always speak of flaws and it doesn't intimidate other people, right? That's first off, it's socially acceptable. And there's this fallacy. There's a false thinking that some people are trained with. Maybe it's how they were raised, maybe it's society. If I just fix all the things that are wrong with me, then what will be left is this great person. It's actually untrue. And it's not just untrue emotionally, it's untrue biologically. Because the first thing is you're developing a muscle, which is part of your brain that goes, what do I need to fix? What do I need to fix? What do I need to fix? And this idea that if I can just fix all these things, I'll be this shining great person. But it's like the horizon. If you're on a ship and you're sailing towards the horizon, it's still, no matter how much you sail, it's still far away. And that brain starts, what you've trained it to do is look for what's wrong, 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 right? So it never is going to be satisfied. And what it also does, just as an aside, this is a different seminar that I do, just so you know how this works biologically, all your neurons have a thing called a myelin sheath around them. Myelin is what allows your neurons to conduct electricity. When you use a neuron chain, which is a certain set of thought pattern, uses certain neurons, right? So you think, and your brain uses particular neurons to think. Just like when I do this, my brain has a certain neurons it fires to make my hand do that. Same with thought patterns. When you have a thought pattern over and over again, and your body realizes you're using the same neurons over and over again, it puts more myelin on them. It gets thicker. So it actually gets easier to have those thoughts. Now, the funny thing is, if you use that exercise I gave you, examining the evidence that retrains your brain, if you could take a brain scan, you would see over weeks, then those thought patterns, as they stop happening, the myelin around those neurons gets thinner. And as you get more confident, the myelin around those neurons gets thicker. So it actually happens physically, not just psychologically, right? So anybody here got arrogance? Like, I don't want to be arrogant. I don't want to outshine people, right? Tall poppy syndrome, big thing in Australia, right? So there's a difference between arrogance and owning yourself, right? Arrogance is, I'm better than you. Arrogance is, I need you to realize how great I am, right? It's in service of my ego, first off, and you have to be less than me for me to be great. Owning yourself just means like anything else. If you go ask me, Mike, can you lift this heavy box? I know about how strong I am, and I can say to you yes or no. So if the box weighs like 40, let's say, well, I was about to say pounds, but you guys know, if the box weighs 20 kilos, then I'm like, sure. That's not arrogant. It's just, I know what I can do, right? That's all it is. So owning yourself, thinking you're great, doesn't require anyone to be less than you, doesn't require your ego to be fed. It just means this is who I am. Got it? So we got to develop this because this is in service of people. What did I say to you from the very beginning? If I had stepped on stage weeks ago and been like, well, gee, guys, I guess I've done some kind of public speaking. And, you know, Tara asked me to do this thing. And I mean, I guess if you want to learn how to talk, I'm going to show some stuff to you. So, you know, come if you want to. How bad would I have fucked you over? Like, I'm getting messages from all of you saying like, oh my God, I learned this and I learned this and this has helped me so much. Like, you wouldn't have signed up, right? And you wouldn't have. I would have fucked you over by not owning myself, right? Because I would have cheated you. Just like if I said, you know, gee, this movie was kind of cool, you should go see it. You're not going to put that on your list. You're busy. But if I'm like, dude, the performances, it was beautiful. I cried halfway through, and then by the end I was laughing. You cannot miss this. She's going to go see it, right? And if I would do that for a movie, then why wouldn't I do it for me if I believe in me? Does that make sense? So, yeah.
What I also figured today, because for me it's not about finding stuff where I'm good at. I know what I bring onto the table, but I have the feeling today was for me more like having something else in my mind.
Yeah, that's what Pencils Down is for.
And then just writing what is, or like saying first, what am I grateful for in life,
Mm-hmm.
and then moving on to the next step. Okay, why am I good in what I'm doing?
That's right.
So I just figured when I had that second shift of first seeing, okay, what is nice right now, not
Mhm.
when it's not nice, and then moving on to the exercise where I basically lift myself up. I think that would be helpful for me.
Sure, if that's your process, fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Just realize that, so maybe it's helpful.
Nothing wrong with that. But the point is, owning yourself is in service of your audience, because we're going to be talking about delivery today. And how can you get up and deliver passionately and confidently and strongly if you can't even spend 2 minutes saying why people should come listen to you? Right? How? You got to do it. And it's really just about belief in yourself. It doesn't mean, I'll give you a great quote. I don't know if I've told you guys this one, but Anthony Robbins, this is something I've probably said thousands of times on stage to clients. It's one of the great things I ever saw in my life, and I'm so happy that I saw it. Tony Robbins was on Conan O'Brien's talk show, and we happened to be watching it. And Conan had to fuck with him a little bit, right? Because he gets on, he goes, all right, big guy, you got these giant teeth, this big smile, you're always like so up. You can't be like this all the time. Don't you ever just want to go home and kick your dog? And Tony cracks up and he starts laughing and he goes, are you insane? He goes, of course I do. He goes, I get angry, I get sad, I yell, I cry. He goes, I say things to my wife and I'm like, oh God, what did I do? And now I got to go in the other room and apologize. He goes, I have all the same emotions as anyone else. The only difference with me is because of all the work I've done on myself. I don't go there as often, I don't go there as deeply, and I don't stay there as long. So some of you have it in your idea that you're not perfect, and so how can you get on stage and talk about how great you are? Well, you're talking about how great your talk is and how valuable your talk is, and you don't have to be perfect to be able to deliver great value to people, because nobody's perfect. The Dalai Lama is not perfect. If you ask him, he will tell you what's wrong with him. It's in like 3 of his books. And he says, you know, here are my flaws, here are my insecurities. He's the Dalai Lama. If he's got problems, we all do, right? So this is the thing. Don't hold yourself to any bigger standard than that. Is as you grow, you're never going to get to a place where you don't get angry, where you don't say stupid things, where you don't have moments. But you can get to a place where those things don't happen as often, you don't go there as deeply, and you get out of them super quick, right? Like my relationships, when I'm in a romantic relationship, one of my gauges of it is how short and quiet arguments are. It's a real value to me to date someone with emotional intelligence. And I'll tell you, it's a beautiful thing, because when you're in a relationship like that, the person comes and goes, I'm upset. And then you go, okay, why? I'm listening. And the person goes, well, this happened, it made me feel this way. And you go, well, shit, I never would have occurred to me that if I did this, you'd feel that way. But now I hear you. And the person goes, well, good, I'm glad you hear me. And you go, well, I won't do that again. And then they go, okay. And you're like, are we done? And they go, yeah. And then you eat. And it's over, right? So it's not that you're not upset, it's that you get out of it quickly, right? But it doesn't mean that you're perfect and you never have disagreements. So before I have us do the exercise again, what are you guys getting from what I'm saying? What's coming up for you? Don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect to advocate for yourself, right? To say that you're great. What else? What else is coming up? Yeah. Yeah. Right. You give the black wolf. Right, exactly. What else? What else is coming up? Come on, I see something in your mind, Natalie. What are you thinking?
Well, I was just thinking, if you feel, so I realized during this thing
Yeah.
that I feel shit about myself.
Why?
I have no idea, but it just came out.
Good.
Yeah.
If you can't see it, you can't change it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it came up. Now you see it. What's going on?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's awful, right? Look at her. Terrible human being. All over her. Who even wants you in this room? Leave us now. Leave us now. You're messing up the whole room. So what is this voice telling you about you? For what?
To be,
To be what?
to be in
To-
my power.
Yeah, okay. And
I have no idea, you know?
yeah,
It's just a feeling inside of me.
it's an automatic reaction.
Yeah.
It's a muscle. This is what I talk about, how this develops subconsciously, right? It takes, listen, I'll share with you this, and then we're going to do this exercise again. I'm going to have a couple of you come up here and do it. And we're going to see it with passion. I'll demonstrate. But for years, my father actually said something to me that was absolutely meant to help me. And it wasn't wrong, but it was so out of balance because he gave this one piece of advice so often, which is, Mike, people like their heroes humble. Never be arrogant. Never do this. But the problem was he said it to me so many times that I could never even feel proud. Because the second I started feeling deserved pride, my brain went, oh, that's not good. People won't like me. And it took me probably in my 20s was when I finally was like, okay, there's a difference between arrogance and healthy pride that's based on reality, right? And I had to separate those things. A lot of people have that. The second they start feeling good about themselves, it's just more in their comfort zone to shut down, right? But I see this is very emotional for you. What's coming up? It's all right. You're safe. We all love you. You're here with us. No, it's okay. If you're ever going to talk about it, what's going on?
Sorry.
What for? What? It's fine. You're okay, babe. You don't have to say anything if you don't want.
No, like a couple of weeks or months ago, I found something about out about my childhood, and I think I just feel smaller because of this memory. So I think I haven't like fully processed it, and when I'm here, I'm vulnerable, and then I feel that it's still affecting me. That's it. Yeah. So it's just this fear of being maybe seen or yeah. Yeah. So it's just emotions. Sorry.
Well, no. First off, why are you sorry for being here? Don't comfort her. Let her have her emotions. When someone's going through emotions, don't stop them. Right? Don't stop them. She can have comfort later. So, yeah, that's fine. You're here with us. This is a great chance for you to process this, right? And things can come up that make us feel small, right? And we haven't processed them. We haven't let go of them. And it's so weird how something from so long ago hits us 20 years later, right? But the question is, how much power do you give it? And how much power do you give this version of yourself? Do you want to be our first example? Come on up.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right. So, you just saw you speak. What's your topic? Come here. Come here. All right. You just saw you speak.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What's your topic?
Wow. NLP.
Okay. And why was the talk so great?
Okay. So the talk was great. Because there was so much passion, and Natalie had so much knowledge about the topic, and she's able to move people that feel stuck in their lives, in their work, to feel unstuck.
Okay.
And
And how did it benefit you? What did you get?
Yeah, it showed me options. It showed me that life is even better than I pictured myself. There are there are more possibilities. So I feel like my brain has expanded.
Beautiful. Okay, so now you have your talking points. Here's the people. Now, no pressure, but Natalie is only in town one more day. And if they don't go see her, they're going to miss her. They'll never have a chance again because she's not from this country. And they will all die alone, sad, in the gutter, and people will spit on their corpses. So they must go, or else their fate is sealed. But no pressure. Okay? Ready? Go. Tell them why they have to go see you. Ready?
Okay.
Tell us all about Natalie and what happened and why we have to go see her.
Okay. So if you feel like shit sometimes.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. So if you feel like shit sometimes, and you think that you're stuck like in your own world, your own mind, you know that there's no way out. You're in a cage. Then you should definitely see Natalie, because after this seminar, whoa, your mind is going to explode. There's so much more possible than you think. But you were so stuck in your own thought patterns that you just couldn't see it.
Yeah, give her a hand. All right, come here, baby. That was so good. Oh, yes. Give her a hand. Give her a hand. Sit on down. Now, see, do you see the belief? She's up on her toes. She can't even control herself. She's like, you have to see it. By the way, look how fast she changes from sad to totally empowered. You see that? That's in you. So even when this thing is affecting you, and you should process it, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but you're also in charge. Look what you just did. In 30 seconds. Amazing. Give her a hand again. All right. Now, let's try this one more time. Everybody stand up. And I'm going to give you 2 minutes. And no, this time don't spread out, because I'm not going to let you hide. 2 minutes. And everybody talk to your friend and tell them why Hayden or Amanda or Nathan was so great. And you have to see this person. Ready? Go.
This guy's amazing. You have to go. Amazing. I never saw something like that.
That's it. Come on. You go. Feeling. Feeling. Okay. Mm. Yes, Irene. Very good. Very good. Okay. Stop. Do you feel the difference right there? Yes or no? All right. Grab a seat. Feeling great. Who feels the difference in their body? Who feels the difference in their body right now? Who feels happier, a little clearer? Who's not going to raise their hand no matter what I say? Okay. You see what you did? Look, Natalie, you see what you did? You moved the whole room. What was the difference before your example and after your example? You got up here and you changed the whole room. So next time that little thing comes and tells you how you're not powerful, remember what you just did. Did you see the difference? That's you. That was amazing. Give her a hand one more time. Yes.
So when you spoke, what brought this to me, like you empowered everyone else to stand in their power.
Yep. Yeah. And that's the thing. Now, why am I harping on this, right? Because I took a lot of time. Because we're going to talk today about delivery. And delivery starts with how you get on stage. And how you get on stage starts with how you prepare. So if what you're doing is not doing the pencils down exercise, bringing your insecurities, your thought patterns, everything on stage, not advocating for yourself, and then you get on stage to other people and go, believe in yourself. How's that going to work? Or, whatever. Even if you're teaching something like what Hayden does, acro yoga, and you go, look, you can develop this skill. You can get good at this. If he doesn't have conviction, then when people see him demonstrate something that's difficult, what's their thought going to be? It's difficult. If he has conviction, he goes, mate, listen, do you think I could do this the first time? No. But you know what? I've been doing this with my partner for years. We got this. You can get it. And he's solid and convicted. And he shows somebody something difficult. What are they going to think? Oh, yeah, I might mess it up a couple of times, but I can do it. I trust him.
I would say that saying it with conviction matters
way more than what I actually say.
Yes.
So what I keep.
Yes. And so this leads into our first point. Everybody jot this down. Okay. 53, 40, and 7. This has been proven again and again and again and again that lots of scientists, sociologists study this. When human beings are communicating, 53% of your communication is body language. That's what people look at, body language. 40% is tone of voice. Oh, excuse me, 40% is tone of voice. And 7% is words, is what you're actually saying. 7% is words.
Yeah, nail polish.
That's the marker.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh shit, wait, is this a permanent marker? No, good, thank God. Okay, sorry, I don't know what to do about that. That's just it. So 7% is words. So the proof of this is something like, if I look at somebody and I go, I love you, sure I love you. Are they gonna feel loved? No. But if I look at that same person and go, you know what? I just hate you right now. You're disgusting. I hate you. Do they really think I hate them? Right. So content doesn't, you see the difference? Content doesn't matter as much as body language and tone of voice. Right? It's huge. And a lot of that comes from how we prepare and what we're doing internally. Right? Which is why that prep is so important. Now, to go with that, I just want you to write down some of the tools you're going to use. Pace, tone, posture. Pace, tone, and posture. These are some of the tools that you can use as a presenter. So I can speak really, really quickly and get you excited and go, and the other thing you have to know, and this, oh my God, what's going on over there, right? And I've got this big pace that could raise the energy. I can slow it down and go, you know, we just had an example of this. Hey, it's okay. What's going on? Let's talk. Right? And that brings the energy to a certain pace. My pace. Tone changes, right? Tone can be, as I just said, it can be, I hate you. Or it can be, yeah, I love you. But you can use your tone beautifully of your voice, and then your posture. You know, a lot of you naturally see me because we're in a great environment. I'm teaching. You know, I love all of you. It's like great. You get up, you see me like this, but you're going to see that there's a lot of other postures I can take. Right? I can soften myself. There's times when I'll literally, you know, have to talk with people and I'll be on stage and I'll get a chair and I'll just sit there and go, okay. So let's dial it in for a minute. I'm really interested. What are you all thinking? How's it been so far? Do you feel a shift right away as when I do this? What do you notice?
More soft.
Huh?
Softer. The approach is softer.
The approach is softer. What else do you do?
It's like coming down on the same level somehow.
Right. I'm physically down on your level. What else? What else is coming up?
It's inviting.
It's inviting, right? Look how my body is. I mean, normally I wouldn't have probably my legs this open, but I might. I mean, you know, it's not like it's a big deal. But, you know, on stage I might be more conscious and be like this a little bit, but I would still be open. You know? What else? Feels more intimate, right? So I create intimacy by just sitting down, getting to your level, body language, right? All of a sudden, shift everything. So pace, tone, and posture are some of your tools. Even the space use. Sometimes I get off the stage. So if I was up here and I go, okay, and I come for a walk in the audience and I go, I really enjoyed watching you at the seminar. It really looks like you're getting a lot out of it. Thank you for being here, right? And then I go make my point. Now, how does it feel when I walk in here?
Connected.
Yeah.
More intimate.
Right. Now I'm coming in to the space. I gave her, you know, compliments, some eye contact. I might deliver and, you know, put my hand on somebody's chair. How does it feel when I do this? Say again? Intimidate. Well, that's not, okay, interesting.
No, but you know, sometimes with the
Yeah.
teacher, go to the down to inside the audience. Because, oh my God, he's going to ask me something. He's going to.
Yeah. Intimidate. Right?
Good, they're away.
Good, they're awake. Yeah, he's going to ask me what he's got. But you see, so you can change even not just your posture, but where you are on stage. So you have all these tools, right? You can go into the audience. You can sit down with the audience. You can be up and big. You can be soft. Like you notice when Natalie's going through this, everything changed for a minute, right? It was like we got soft. I came over here to her. My hands were like this. It's okay. Let's talk. You know, change in where I was, change in eye contact, change in tone, change in pace, everything because it was appropriate to that situation, right? So these are some of your tools. We're going to demonstrate how to use these. And also, I can put position, actually, pace, tone, posture, and position, where you are on stage. Where you are, how you do. Now, here's a little NLP trick. Natalie will appreciate this. You can, does everyone, probably not. So everybody close your eyes. I don't want to embarrass anybody. Who knows what anchoring is when it comes to neurolinguistic programming? Okay, 4 people, good, hands down. I'm going to explain anchoring. So neurolinguistic you can open yours. Say, she's like, no, I'm meditating. This feels good. I'm getting a quick 30-second meditation in. Come on, Mike. No, anchoring is something that we do naturally as human beings, but neurolinguistic programming, like a lot of great scientists, simply discovered that we do this and turned it into a tool that can be used. So anchoring is when we associate a state with a thing, a person, or place. So the example I always give is my big old Italian grandfather, who was a blue-collar guy, used to work in the oil rigs, was very, very proud, one of the few guys to retire with all his fingers. He was always proud of that. No kidding, because people would lose digits. It's dangerous work. And when he got enough money, he bought this thing that we have in America called a Lazy Boy. And it's this huge overstuffed chair. And this was back before they were electronic. So there was this giant lever on the side of it. And you would plop down this thing, pull the lever, the feet would go out, the thing would go back, and you'd be like, ah. I mean, it was like overstuffed and cushiony. And, you know, for a blue collar guy, like they weren't expensive, but they were a luxury item, right? So he got this thing. And day after day, he'd walk home and come home from work. He'd see that chair and he'd sit in it, plop. And then next time, come home, sit in it, plop. And what was he associating? Relaxation and peace with the chair. Relaxation and peace with the chair. Relaxation and peace with the chair. Now, this was a fiery son of a bitch. Like, you know, he was a big guy. He was used to being listened to. He had been chief of police. He'd been a volunteer at the fire department. You know, he's patriarch of the Italian family. So when you're talking to him, he can be kind of fiery. And as a kid, I didn't know about anchoring. But what I learned was, if I needed something from him, ask him in the living room. And now I know why. I didn't know why back then. I just knew there was something about the living room. But it's because he would walk into the living room, and the second he saw that chair, his body would go. It was such an association of like, and it was like fire left him, but he was like, yes, Michael, what would you like? Yeah, I talked to him in the kitchen. He's like, what? Children should be seen and not heard, right? You get him in the living room, he's like, yes. What would you like? So it was an anchor. Now, why do I say that? You can anchor the stage. So what I could do is, anytime that I'm talking about something painful or depressing or whatever, I might decide I'm going to go to this part of the stage, right? And like, this is where we talk about the hard stuff from. And then when I talk about breaking through and getting out of it and like coming over, I come to this part of the stage. And it's like, man, this is where excitement comes from. And when I'm neutral, and I'm just delivering, I'm here, right? But what does that help me do? People see me walking over and they're already to, after repeating doing this, people are ready to go deep. It's like, oh, they don't know that I'm doing this, but like, oh, something tells me to get into my emotions. And when I come here, people go, oh my God, something is telling me I need to get happy. And here it's like, I should just listen. Does that make sense? So before I go on with this stuff, because I want to demonstrate it for you, who has some questions about what we're talking about? Yes.
Do you, for example, do you have, like always on the left side, I do the more hard expression, and the right side, I always do the more positive or uplifting one.
Yeah.
Do you have that for yourself? Or is that
It
something
doesn't,
you decide in the moment?
it doesn't, well, no, it doesn't matter what you choose as long as you do it consistently.
Yeah.
I tend to do right and left like you do, but sometimes you're in a stage where because of the setup, that might not work.
You decide in the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at it and go, okay, that's going to be this, that's going to be this, and I just have to remind myself.
But I'm also thinking it's a way to anchor oneself.
Yes.
Like then it's like if I always thought this just a state of mind.
Yeah.
I always would go to the left and having my like more
Yeah.
angry or negative one.
Yeah.
I also anchor my own body.
And you almost always can do that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if there was ever, for some reason, the way the stage is built or something like that, I've been on some stages that are circular. Those are the hardest because you got to constantly move so your back isn't to anybody too long, you know? But most stages lend themselves to that, and you can do it that way. Yeah. Any other questions, comments, thoughts? Yes.
I use in a similar way hands when I speak about
Mhm.
something negative. I use one hand, and when I say something positive, I use another hand.
Yeah. That's another form of anchoring. And people do that all the time. You know, hands or gestures, right? You see people that are masters of NLP will do things that you don't even notice, but they'll, do something like this and scratch their ear when they're doing a certain thing. And it creates an association in the audience. So it could be something like, here's the thing. When I get ready to take action, right? And they'll do this over and over and over again,
Oh, wow.
right? But whenever they're talking about taking action. And then you'll notice if the seminar is long enough, about halfway through, maybe I'm doing an intervention with Hayden. I go, so what do you think you should do? And he'll immediately go, oh, I need to do something about this. I need to take action.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That's not crazy. It's much more crazy.
Yeah.
Watched in brown.
It's all it is an anchor. It's an association of a word or a state with a gesture, with an object, with a person, right? We do this all the time. It's like, I'll give you an example in dating. There was a couple I knew, and it was this woman had sort of this unconscious thing that whenever she thought her boyfriend was being really cute, she would bite her lower lip. So she did this thing like, and it was this cute, very thing, but it wasn't intentional. She was like, oh, every time. But then this guy constantly got used to this whenever he did something right or pleasing to her. So then this became like a huge turn on for him. He's like, oh my God, she's just so sexy. And she does this thing with her lip and it turns me on. Right, because it wasn't intentional on her part, but that gesture was constantly associated, something she unconsciously did whenever she felt pleased or she felt desire for him. So after however many times occurring naturally in the relationship, right, over dinner, over whatever, then he, it was stimulus response, stimulus response, stimulus response. And then the second she did that, he was just like, come here, baby. We do this naturally as people all the time. And by the way, what I just said, all of us have things, if we're with a long-term partner, whenever he or she does that, it's so adorable. It's so cute because we have anchored to that look in their eyes, that gesture, whatever it is. I love the way she flips her hair. I love the way he strokes his beard, whatever it could be, right? We anchor to that. So this is a natural thing. I'm just talking about someone who uses it purposefully. right? Is it manipulation? What's the rule?
Everything is manipulation.
No, the difference between leadership and manipulation is what?
So the ego or love.
Integrity and love. Yeah. So if I'm doing this because I know that I've got a lot of people that are stuck, and I don't want to tell, for example, Hayden, you need to take action, man, from the stage, right? Because that's me telling him, and even if in the moment that stimulated him, what happens when I'm gone? If I say it, he may comply, or he may even doubt it because I'm saying it. But if he says it, it's what? It's true. So if I go, well, what do you think you need to do? And he goes, man, I need to stop thinking about it and just get this done. Well, now he has said it.
Okay.
And so for him, it's real. Instead of me going, you need to take action, I'm like, what do you think you need to do? But I've been anchoring this gesture to taking action for 2 hours. So I do this, his mind goes, I need to take action. He says it out of his mouth, and it's a much more powerful distinction. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I'm using that intentionally to help, it's great. I could use it, yes, to manipulate, and people do. But is a knife dangerous? No. What do you butter your bread with? It's how you use it, right? Okay. Any other questions before we start doing some demonstration? Okay. So we've got body language, tone of voice, words, pace, tone, posture, position are all things we can use. So what I'd like to do is kind of deliver a chunk on, somebody could give me a subject. I was thinking attachment styles, because I always like attachment styles to talk about. God damn, it got dark in here. Ooh. The rice fields have clouds. Rain will be starting soon. Maybe this would be really cool if I got thunder as soon as I started speaking. So let me check how long we've been here. Okay, 11:31. Time for a break. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a 10-minute break, be back here at 11:40, but think of some subjects you might want me to speak on. I'm going to use attachment styles, anxious, avoidant, secure, because I know that content really well. But I can use something that you want me to use too. All right. Is that a good one? Yeah. Okay. Ready? 10-minute break. Be back here at 11:40. Go. Let me just turn off the camera.
It's important.
Yeah.